Right. When we work with black and white drawings, photos, we did this Taylor one, which was the black and white photo. When you work with pencil sketches, you can apply the same principle. What I would like to show you or share with you tonight is actually the new tool that we've got in the studio. And when we get to studio, I'll show you that it's a freehand pencil, and we'll play with this design as well. We're going to do it in Stifmato, and then play with the normal pencil section and actually draw it in. Now, I don't know who of you know about the tablet that you can use, which is similar to a sketchboard with a pen, and the pen has got the two buttons on, which is your left and right click of your mouse. That's something I've never tried with Embed, but I've read about it, and I've found that there's quite a few people that say it works well. So that's one of the things that I will invest in, hopefully before December, so I can start playing with Sketch when we do sketches and all that. So I'm going to use this design, the dog design that Candy sent us, and from there I'm going to go over and just go into Studio, call it up in Studio, and start working with that there. That's one color, so we will not have more than 5 colors in the total design. Please, ladies, I would like you to ask questions if there is anything.
Okay. How did you get that design up there to begin with?
The design there, it was in Manager, and I've just select in Manager to show all files instead of just show the all embroidery files. So it's the JPEG file that was there, and then when it opened up, I just went and right-click on it and said, please show inside the frame area, the window area, because it was actually too big to fit properly there.
Oh, okay.
Have we lost screen contact?
No.
Not?
Nope, still there.
Let me just make sure we don't lose our screen there.
Now we have a blank screen.
Now?
A blank screen.
You've got a blank screen now.
It's a blank studio screen.
Studio screen.
A blank studio screen. Okay, that's great. Right. The embroidery design side, you must try in Stifmato always trying to go as big as possible, or the biggest that your machine can handle. And I know most machines work fine with your 14 centimeters by 20, which is about a 5 by 7 hoop. So I'm going to go and just go to Edit, and then go down to Preferences, and then set my hoop size there. It is set for 14 by 20 centimeters. You can either set your hoop size by clicking on the word width and then select the size that you want there, or height and select from there, or otherwise you can go and just click on your actual hoop, the hoop icon that's there, and if you click on the hoop icon, it will bring up the different hoop sizes.
That's good.
And that will take you through. So let's go. Judy, I think we've got a problem with your microphone and your speakers there. We'll just find this size. 14 by 20, there we go. 14 by 20, select that. Click OK. And then go down. I'd like to change the hoop color a little bit into the gray area. And it looks as if our speed tonight for the screen changing is also fairly fast, so that's nice. And then go and save and apply the frame size. There we go, so scroll back. So the tool that we will work with is Stifmato. It's the icon on the left hand side there, the one with the S in. And the other one that we will work with is our little pencil at the bottom, third one left from the bottom. And I'll show you when we get to that icon there. Alright, first things first, let's call in our design. So we're going to go to Image, Image Import, and I need to find that drawing. And the actual drawing that Candace sent through to us, the JPEG file is 805 by 605. So 805 in width, 605 in height, black and white. And we'll use that for tonight's class. Right. Somebody can still not see the screen?
No, I see it.
Okay, so let's take it. I'm going to go and say open. And then it asks me do you want to scale the image to fit your current hoop size? And the answer is yes. With the cross stitch that we did the last time, there's still something wrong with this screen when it comes up to ask you to fit it. And I've sent a request through to Dusan and the family so that they can have a look at it, because once you've done your design, it actually sizes it back to its actual size, but it doesn't take it back to the hoop size that you were working with. Let's take that in. Okay, there we go. That's our design there. And I'm going to go and select my stigmato stitch icon on the left hand side. And in this case it's not a big design, so I can start and I'll do the whole area. So I'm going to start clicking on the design, go to the left bottom corner, click on that, then go to the right hand side in the top. Above the parameter screen, there's that little icon there that says curved lines or straight lines. I'm just going to straighten the edges there first, up until that first point where the neckline of the dog starts. Just move that line in straight, then go back and change it to a curved line again, and then start moving around. And I think a combination of sketch work or line art over and above your stigmato stitching could also be something that we can look at tonight. And just zoom in, I can see a little bit closer what's going on there. So have you stitched out that dog of yours?
Not that one, no.
Not yet.
I had another one that I'd done earlier.
Okay. Right. Look at the nose. And I will add on the nose area in the front, I will add normal stitching as well. Normal full stitch. Just to give it a little bit more dimension there.
I'm sorry, Philip, but you're breaking up. You'll add what kind of stitch?
Normal full stitch.
Oh, normal full.
Yeah, the normal full stitch. Just add that, and that will give you a little bit of extra detail and extra depth into the design. I need to get some stitches for me for 2009, people that can stitch out some designs and come back with serious comments. Because that's one of our biggest problems in the industry is people would like to test, but they don't give you feedback. And negative feedback in this case is always good, because then you know where you can go and fix problem if there is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back and close edges. Right, we've gone all around. I need to change my basic colors, and because of the white in the dark there, I'm going to change the background color as well. So we go to basic color, go to my grays, and I'm going to go fairly dark, 92, 92, 92. You know about the RGB color set there, your red, green, and blue colors. So that's the color that we're using, the gray that we use, dark gray, and then say OK. And then in the background, I'm going to go for a yellowish color, but light up there, just a second from the top, not white. And then we can go and ask it to generate our stitches. Let me just wait for the changes. So I've changed the basic color to a gray, and the background to a soft yellow, cream color. And then go and say, right, generate stitches. And now we need to wait for it to generate stitches. And if we work with a small design like this, it doesn't take that long. But the designs that I've worked with, my favorite sketches, which is what, 36 centimeters by about 27, somewhere there, those components sometimes take 10 to 15 minutes for one of them just to generate the stitches.
You said 36 centimeters by
26, 27 centimeters, yeah. So that's the size. Now with the new program now, the 8.4 that we've got, we can actually go up to, I think it's 75 by 75 centimeters big. The question is you need to cut it afterwards again to take it so that it can work onto a machine. All right, let's go to 3D view. Comments? Not enough detail, eh? Right, so let's go check. Go to parameters again. And in parameters, what I will do is I'm going to change the stitch side on the right hand side, maximum stitch 70. Push that up a little bit. Change my style of the stitch to the last one at the bottom. And change my background and make it a little darker, because I would like to get more detail in, and then go back and generate stitches. The freehand pencil, we'll get to that just now, and I'll show you. To go and add extra effects into your stigmata, you can go and select a color, and you work with one color only, and add additional stitches to that area. And that will be normal open-end stitches. It's similar to the stitch that you have on the left-hand side here, just above your connection stitch, that little zigzag stitch there. Similar to that stitch, and that will bring in more detail for us. Right. No questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Right, let's go and have a look now. 3D. You see on the pencil sketch, it doesn't pick up all the colors that we've got there, and this area which was in white here
Right.
is open, so you can't pick up all those detail that I would like to have there. And that's why I would like to go and show you how to use your pencil sketch, your pencil tool on the left hand side, freehand, and then we're going to use that to add extra detail to this young fellow here. So on the right hand side, on the left hand side of the screen next to the 20, I'm going to right click on my icon there, the freehand tool, and I'm going to choose the very first one, which is the manual stitch. Click on that and use that tool to do the sketching with. Just going to change my color to the grays. And then from there go back to normal view. What I would typically like to do now is to show you the hair effect that we've got here, starting from a side. Now the important thing is with this tool is when you use it, you must make sure that when you start with the second part that you're close enough that you can actually do your connection stitches there. Otherwise you're going to have jump stitches all over. And this stitches is straight. There's no curves or nothing in them. So I'm going to start by taking my mouse, pressing on the right portion of the mouse, the right click, holding it down, and then just start moving the mouse over the area. Okay, let's go. Sorry, it's the left click of the mouse, not the right click. And I'm just drawing that area, holding my mouse in while I draw there. And that's where they say where your pad actually becomes a lot easier, because it feels like a pencil that you've got in your hand and not a normal mouse that you've got in your hand. So over and above this stitch that I've got from the stigmata, I'm adding normal running line stitches there. And then coming down to the bottom so that I can go over into the area there. Right, go to 3D. And that shows that extra stitches that's been added to the dock there. And then go over, go back, normal view, and carry on. I've stopped on this area at the bottom, so it's important for me to start as close as possible to that area and then go from there. Okay. Have you picked up the sketched area already? Sue?
Pardon, Philip?
Has the screen changed on your side yet?
It's back on normal with the stitches generated.
Okay, 100%. Candy, are you online yet?
Yes, I am.
Ah, great. We thought we missed you tonight. All right, let's go. Again, I'm taking that. So now I'm going to go up and I'm going to move over so that I can cover the area below the ears here. So again, left click, hold it in, and click as if I'm drawing with my pens with a pencil. And adding extra dimension to my design there. And my hands are working and my mouth is getting quiet, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Are you going back and forth with your pencil, or is it just
I'm using the
automatically doing the zigzag?
No, it's I'm physically doing it with the mouse. So I'm actually as if you had a pencil in your hand and drawing your lines with a pencil. I'm doing exactly that, and I'm doing it by pressing my selecting the freehand tool on the left hand side, and selecting the manual stitched option there. And then when you press down on your left mouse and keep it in, the little pencil comes up. And then you can draw with it like that.
Okay, it just looks like you're going straight and the lines are already creating. I don't see you going back and forth.
I think it's because of the time delay, most probably in the screen. So let me go and show you in 3D now. You'll see that section is now be added in 3D as soon as it comes up. And you see that you've got more definition added to your drawing. And this color you can control, because it's a single color that you're working with. Let me just unblock really quickly. Okay, so it's a single color, and because of it being a single color, you can control a lot more with your design there. I've stopped here, so I need to start there. And in 3D you can't see much, so the best would be is to go back to your normal view. And then you can also, from normal view, once you've got your point that you want to start, go over into image, selecting on the bottom end of your menu there. And if you select image, it will take all the others that you've done out. So if I go back to image, you'll see that it's just the image that's there. And with the image the image only being there, you can actually go and add extra detail in the sections where you might have missed that. So I'm going to go back to normal view. And then from there I need to do the hair in this area, like that. Go around and do the hair under the chin area there. So go down with my left mouse and then start. So I'm actually moving the mouse left and right, up and down, just to create those lines. As if you're drawing with a pencil. And then adding that extra detail that you want to the design in the color that you would like to do it. And your mouse pad should not be too sticky, otherwise it's also a bit of a problem. Okay, and go back over. Anybody going to try this concept?
I'm going to.
Okay.
I am too.
Yeah, it would probably help with my dog.
At will. I'm gonna stop this now, and I'm gonna take you to one that I'm nearly finished with it. The same dog. I'm just gonna go and stop this. And if I click on the eye on the right hand side on object number 1 here, it will take the dog away, and this doesn't seem to be much. But if I call the other EOF file up, I'll show you, and you can actually see. So it gives you the challenge of creating a completely new design with sketching. I'm listening, Candace.
What did you do? How did you get rid of the other dog?
Oh, on the right hand side on the top, just below the color bar, object number 1.
Okay.
You see it there? There's that little eye there.
Yes.
And if you click on the
Yes.
eye, it basically hides that section for you.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go and say File Save now. Let's call it Pencil 1. And it's saved. And let me just go and say File, Open Recent, Pencil Drawing. Call that one up. And I've used two colors here. I've used a light gray and a dark gray. And you can see once it's up and it's open on your side, you'll be able to see that there is quite a few.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've
And this-
already done this.
And there's no stomata in it, nothing. It's only using the freehand tool on the left-hand side. And by right-clicking on that tool, because if you just go and left-click on the tool, it's not going to pick up the tools for you. So you need to right-click on it, and then it shows you all the different drawing facilities that you can use it for. And you need to go and click the manual stitch.
Okay.
You need to go and select the manual stitch there. And if you are a little bit nervous, it's actually great, because then you draw that much easier. Because you need to shake a little bit before you start drawing it.
Oh, I'll be good at that.
Okay, so
That is amazing.
yeah,
That is very amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
you know, if when you start playing with outline work, there's not a lot of stitches in this whole design. Although we've got 18 objects in total in it. And just check and see how many stitches have we got so far. Doesn't even show me how many stitches is there. I thought it would have showed me. Let me just go to normal view. For some reason my screen doesn't want to go and change. Alright, let's try again. There we go. So we're using the same technique, but why not 9,000 stitches in total that we've got so far.
Where
And
do
we
you see-
can
oh,
now go
oh, I
and
see
zoom.
it. There it is.
We can now go and zoom in and add extra detail around the eye and on the nose and do a combination of different features there. Right. Quick question just to test your knowledge. How do I know where my last stitch was?
Good question.
Good question.
Did you go down and click on that last 18?
If you click on your connection stitch, step on the left hand side, just below the freehand manual stitch, just above your applique stitches, if you click on that, it should bring up the last stitch for you that you actually stitched, where you stopped. And I'll show you now where that last stitch was. It's on the mouth part. I'm just waiting for the screen to change, because suddenly the screen has gone slower. So far it was
Yeah,
fairly quick.
I've lost your cursor.
You've lost my cursor now. Okay. Cursor back on yet or not yet?
It is, but I don't see your cursor.
can't see the cursor. Right, let me go to 3D. I think if I go over to 3D, we might pick it up much easier
Oh, I
there.
see it now.
Yeah. So there's the cursor, and there's the last stitch that we did. Was just there.
Ah, I see it now.
You can see it now. If I zoom in, that's the last stitch there. And then the next thing that's important here is to make sure that if you can, that you don't have jump stitches, or as little as possible. And to see that is we need to go into, you can go into 3D view, go to the top menu, just to the next to the sewing simulator, and click on show and hide jump stitches. And you'll see that I still have to do quite a bit of work to sort these jump stitches out here. But remember, with your jump stitches, you've got jump stitches between colors, and you've got jump stitches between objects. So your jump stitches between colors, let me just go and check here, there's a question. Judy, yes, it's part of Studio. It's free. This freehand drawing tool is in Studio, and it's only come in, I think, in 2006. The last version of 2006, I think 6.7 or something like that, that came on, and it's been part of 2008. So this freehand tool came aboard on the end of version 2006. And then this the Magic one came out in 2008. Does that answer your question there, Judy? Okay. Great, thank you. Right, let's go and see. If I now move over, I stopped there, so I need to start working from there. And it was close to this area here. It was my dark gray. Let's go and pick that color up there. Go back to my tool. Select the tool and then start drawing again from there. And the same principle would apply then from here. Now what I'm doing with my mouse pad, I'm moving my mouse pad on a 45-degree angle so that I can move my mouse quite easy over it. Otherwise, it tends to slip. So I would definitely give you feedback. And if you know of anybody that has used the drawing palette yet, I would like some feedback.
The welcome?
Mm-hmm.
The welcome drawing pad?
Yeah, it's the one with the pen. It's about A4 size. And the pen
I have it.
You've got it.
I have a 12 by 12.
Okay. And feedback on that? How does it work?
I love it.
With Embed?
Absolutely love it.
With Embed?
Actually, I use it with my other program, and I use it with Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to start using it with this.
Because I'm just thinking that it will work quite nice with Embed as well. And let's just go and check in 3D what it looks like. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm happy with that. And now I need to carry on. I stop somewhere and I don't know where, so I'll have to do a connection stitch at the later stage. And at this point I'm just going to add that little section in there. And then go over. And typically here you would look at your drawing and try and highlight the characteristics of the drawing and not work just with like you would normally do with a full area. So you would try and bring some type of dimension into the design that might not be what you would normally do. So if you played around with pencil sketches, You can apply the same principle there. Doesn't show nicely there. Let's go over to 3D. Right, Candy?
Yes,
You happy with your picture?
I think it really looks neat.
Yeah, and your stitch count will be quite small with it. We've got a lady in South Africa. She's situated on the west of Johannesburg, towards the Kimberley area, and she's doing a lot of drawings, animal drawings. I think her name is Susan Wessels, and if I'm not mistaken, a website was called zankidesigns.com. ZANKI designs.com, and she did similar work with the Husqvarna software a while back, but I've never asked her how she did it, and she never taught a class on that. But you can see, if you are in normal view, you can see all the nodes that's there, and that makes it a little bit different to have a look at it. So there we go. That's all our design that's there. And in this case, I might go and use a normal fill area for the nose part there. And let's go and use the normal fill area there. That's a straight stitch. To a curve. Just go and change that to a curve as well. Change it to a curve. And bring that down. Too much. Just go over to, I'm going to go over now to the image side, so I can see much clearer and don't see the other stitches there. And then go down. And what happened now was I asked it to generate stitches, and I couldn't see it, because when you generate your stitches in image, you can't see it. This one is too much. Let's go and change parameters. And there's a full 5. I think so. I can just go down. Yeah, full 5, which I will use there. And change my stitch angle to a 35 degrees. No, let's go the other way around. 135. Plain full is fine. Zigzag is 100%. And generate stitches there. That's better. And just go and check and see if there's any questions from Judy's side. Judy is still fine. And then just go and fix that. Edit that area there. Change that to a curve, so I would like to bring it around the area where the nose is. And close edges. Right, I can now with my freehand tool. Sorry, I didn't hear that. I can with the freehand tool now go and add the shading on the nose to give it that shiny effect there. So I'm going to pick up a lighter color. Go to my freehand tool. And then select that area on the side there to go and add some shading in there. And let's just go and look at 3D if that gives us the effect that we would like to have. Might be a little bit too dense. Too many stitches down there. Right. With the eyes, I can now work with the eyes. Yes, I'm listening. No questions. Going over to the eyes now. And with the eyes, I'm going to use that technique that we did, I think in the 3rd or the 4th class. It wasn't in the Stigmata, it was in the studio class where we did that double satin. So I'm going to create that double satin area there on the eye. Just going to zoom in there a little bit closer. Right. First thing, I'm going to start off with using my normal full stitch, but with a satin water column. I'm going to start with the eye. Going around the edge of the eye. And the little white marks we'll put in later, close edges. See if I can pick up more detail there. Candy, did you have this one scanned, or?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Did you have this drawing scanned?
Yes, I do.
Okay. There we go. Generate the stitches there. And now I would like to add this area, and I would like to add that fishbone stitch facility there. So we're going to use that. Go to convert. Convert, create.
Virus database has been updated.
I hate this when this happens. Create column from full. And the column that we've got now, you'll see is one area in total. So I'm going to click on that, go to edit, just parameters straightforward, and then change the parameters at the top, the sample for it. I'm going to change that to 1, 2, 3, the number 4 sample. And I'm going to reduce my density from 4 density to 8. Because I would like to give the dog 2 shades in his eye. And then the envelope, change the envelope from envelope 1 to envelope 7, and then generate stitches there. Right, the 2 colors that we're going to work with, I need some brown color there. go down the first one. Let's take it down to a brown. If I go to 3D now, let me show you the effect that we've got there. I've zoomed in quite a lot. And so that's what I did with that dog of yours as well, on the eyes. So I've got in the background, I've got a color, and then in the foreground, I've got that fishbone stitch and satin over it with a loose density so that the background color actually comes through it. Just go and see if I can take that. It's going to be too much. It might work. Might be a bit too bright. Right, and then we need to go and put our white spots in on the eye. So go for your white. Add your white there. Go to the image and you'll see those two white spots. If you just wait for the screen to change, just open here for Kristen. Okay, it's done. The white spots on the eye, that's normally about 2 stitches in total on this size. Might be 3 max. But if you don't put it in there, it does make a difference on the quality of your design. So let's go add those normal full stitch. Just a normal full stitch there. Click on that. We've selected white. I'm going to zoom in on the eye. And we're going to add that note there. And you'll see if we finished, the object might have 5 or 6 stitches there in total, not more than that. Okay, close edges. And let's generate some stitches there. And go back to normal view so that we can pick it up. 20 stitches maximum in that whole area. And at the back we'll put in the dark area, and we go and put the dark area on the face there. Put the dark area in. Let's go over to 3D. Questions, ladies?
I'm sorry?
Okay, Judy, let me just go and show you the envelope section again. The envelope section applies to when you work with your satin stitch, auto column. Let's get back to the eye. And I'll show you there. If we go to the satin portion there, that one was the item number 24 was our first item that we did, which was a full stitch, but we've actually selected auto column to do the full width. If I click on that, you can see the icon there is a full stitch. If I go to item number 25, you can see the item consists of 2 sections, which is one is a connection stitch there, item sub in part number 1, and part number 2 is actually the satin stitch. So let's go there and go to parameters, and I can show you what we're talking about. The envelope is how does it stitch. So if we go to envelope number 1, you'll see envelope number 1 is stitching a straight stitch down, and then going up at an angle, then a straight down and up at an angle, and it's basically stitching exactly on the same point. Start and end point of each set of stitches is exactly in the same place. So that would be normally when you do a border, that's the item that you will use there. But as soon as you start working with fur feathers and that, you will go and start working with item number 2, 3, and 4. That will be in one direction, and you can have a look at item number 2. You'll see envelope number 2. First stitch is long, the second one is short. Then a long one, and then a short one. If you go and look on the third one has actually got 3 different stitches. It's got a long, very short, medium, very short, and a long stitch. And when you want to have the effect to both sides, you will work with 5, 6, and 7, and that's why I prefer to use 7, because with 7, if I use 7 and I do feathers and fur, you can still go and apply the option to it of having a random bordering as well, which is these 2 items, number 1 and number 2. Does that make sense? Or does that answer your question? Let me just check there. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you, Julie. Candy, questions from your side? She's busy with something. Cheryl, from your side, is there anything that you've?
Well, it's something I'm going to have to try. I've never tried this before, so it's totally new to me.
Completely new to you?
Yes.
Okay.
It's new to me too, because it's what a beautiful way of representing an eye.
Yeah.
Mm. And the fact that you can play with colors that you can control. And remember, when you work with Stigmato, you actually have 5 colors that the program works with. And you can't really control those 5 colors until you get to the editor side and then start changing the colors until you're quite happy with the design. Here with the sketching part, you can actually control the colors that you use because you are in control of the colors that you select, and you're only working with 1 color at a time. So that does make a difference there.
Sure does.
Just a quick hello to Betty and Kristen.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Right, so tonight we've played with different techniques, and it's either add on to your Stigmato work, or you can use it as a complete separate sketch, new way of sketching. And I would like to see some of these designs popping up onto the different websites at some stage as well, because it is a technique that a lot of people don't want to play with. But I think that it's got a place there. The only thing that I've said, if you look at this, is all these little red lines that we've got on the design, that's all jump stitches. And we need to figure out, I'll go and sit down and work with them and then sort them out. In some cases it's true, because if you've got 2 different colors, you will have, if you look at item on the right hand side of the screen, item number 17 and item number 18, you'll see there's that little ink pen there, which means there's a color change between those 2. So there should be a jump. But between 18 and 19, there shouldn't be a jump between the 2 of them. So if I click on 18, that's 18, that's part of the face there. And then 19, that's part of the face there. And by right-clicking on item number 19 and creating a connection stitch, I can go and pick up where that connection stitch is. And let's zoom in on that area there, and you'll see that that connection stitch there is very small. We just wait for the screen to change, and I'll show you that that object is actually, it's minute, it's very small there. And that's what you would like to have. You would like to have that connection stitch between each of your objects so that you can don't have to trim your design, except if you use from one color, go from one color to another color. Right. And then just go and generate stitches on that design there. In total, this stitch is this connection stitch is only 2 stitches long. that I've created between item number 20 now and 18. And then go to item number 21, create a connection stitch there. And that connection stitch is a long stitch. Go and edit that. And if I edit that, I can actually not even see the stitch because of the number of stitches that's behind it. But here it is, it's behind that screen there. And I need to go and add a piece in between those areas there so that I can connect the two together. That's done. And let's go and generate stitches there. And that long line there will be a problem for us if you start stitching it. It will actually stand out as a unplanned item. So it's starting from the top there, it's going from the bottom here. I'll rather delete that item. Just go back and delete the item there. And leave that red there, so that is between item number 20 and 21. And I'm going to create a normal pencil sketch stitch from there. And push that in between the two areas there. I'm going to start off here where this... Okay, can tell me if the screen has changed, please. Can you see my mouse yet on the red line? As soon as you can, please give me a shout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the bottom where I am now, at this bottom end here, I'm going to start doing a stitch from there by just going up and down over this area so that I can create this connection stitch to the top. Done, sorted out, and I'm going to take that item now, which is item number 28, and move that in between number 20 and 21. Insert before. And if I hide the item number 24, by clicking on the eye of 24, you'll now see the screen change. You'll now see that there's a very small jump stitch where item number 20 stops, and a very small jump stitch where item number 22 starts. There's two little red dots there.
Yeah.
So I can go and edit that by just going on object number 21. Click it and edit that, and just zoom in and move that endpoint to exactly on top of the starting point of object number 22. Then go back to the starting point of number 21 and put it right on top there, and then just go and generate stitches. And that should take that design out completely. Hi, Annette.
Hi,
Welcome.
it's good to be here.
Good. Right. So I've basically stopped that long jump stitch, and the way I've stopped that was to go and create item number 21 and actually just move it into position between 20 and 22. And then you won't see that jump stitch anymore. Just quick questions there, no questions there. Right. Question time. Let's start from the top. Annette, any questions from your side? On Stef Martin?
Well, evidently I'm a little bit late, sorry.
That's not a problem, but fortunately it's recorded, so you've got the whole recording and all that. That's 100%. Betty, from your side, we haven't spoken to you. What happened to you last week?
My mic quit. I had to go into the control panel after it was over, and put it back on. I could hear.
But we couldn't determine if you were locked in and you were called away or whatever the story was.
No,
But
I
we
was
saw
here,
you-
just
saw
not
you-
able to speak.
Okay, that's 100%. Candy, any questions from your side?
No, this is really interesting, and you make it look so easy.
I tell you, the shakes help a bit. If you start getting nervous and your hands start moving in two directions, as long as you can hang onto the mouse, it's fine. It helps a bit. Cheryl, from your side, anything?
No, I'm really going to have to I'm going to have to leave now and download the instructions when you put them up.
That's 100%. That's not a problem. Thank you much. Thank you for attending. Julie, for some reason your mouse is not working tonight. Can you just check if there's anything from Julie's side?
I think our time change really screwed us up in the U.S.
Yeah, because I was late because of that.
Well,
Have
I was almost late.
Have you had the setback of the daytime saving now?
Yes. It's horrible.
Okay, so what is the time now?
It's 10 o'clock exactly, or 4 minutes after 10.
10 in the morning.
West Coast time.
West Coast.
Yes,
Yes.
Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, that's why I asked the question. If you ladies would like us to move the meeting like a little bit later, please let me know. The only thing is my time now is 8 p.m. and I can push until about 10, 11 p.m. But after that, my brain goes into a haywire situation.
No, if anything, move it up an hour. So we were back on 9 o'clock starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because most of us in California would think it would be starting right now, and actually it started an hour ago.
Okay. So you say I can
Yeah,
move
my
it,
time clock was off.
move it an hour earlier.
Yes, because then we'll be used to starting on time like normal.
All right. Okay. That's fine. But if I send my emails out, do you get the emails to say that there's a class within the next hour? Does that help, or doesn't it help you at all?
Yes, it does help.
Yes, it does help.
Okay.
I wasn't on email.
Weren't you on email tonight, Betty? Okay, that's fine.
No. So just now.
Okay.
I
Kristen,
must
any
admit at the
comment?
moment though, moving it an hour earlier now would make it mean that it would be starting at 4 p.m. UK time, and I'd still be at work.
Will you still be at work?
I'm
then?
at work now.
Okay. So that's the UK problem that we've got there, right? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We've started at 5 o'clock already, Sue. Hey, were you still at work, or have you gone home already?
I'd left slightly early to get home.
Okay. Okay. As I say, I
Phil,
don't.
while we have you here, would you take the two colors of the eyes and use dark brown and black so I can see what it would look like?
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Kristen, time-wise, with on your side,
Yes.
everything okay? Candy, you'll
So you were
shout.
breaking up.
Am I breaking?
Nice.
Am I breaking
You
up?
were. Not now.
Okay. Is the does the time suit you?
Either time suits me. Since the daylight savings time or the standard time came into effect, it just made it, I didn't realize that you didn't observe the time change.
Okay. That's one thing that I don't have, and I don't know about it, because in South Africa we have one time. We don't even like with Sue in the UK where they switch times. We don't have summertime and wintertime. There's no changing clocks at all. The only thing that you realize is if you go from Joburg to Cape Town is the sun takes a little bit longer to go down. But that's unfortunately what we used to hear. So I'm with this. So we're all back now to the time has moved in the States as well as in the UK. Great. Okay. Candy, are you happy with the eyes now?
Yes, now it really looks like pen and ink, and not such a drastic color change.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Right, I think our time is up. Please send anything that you would like us to discuss through. There were some comments on the apprentice program for next year. I'm trying to put all the bits up. I've added a page to the website which is called the apprentice program, and I'm trying to add everything in there. We will in the apprentice program we will do over and above the digitizing that we'll go through. We will go through the process of actually each participant will help and assist to build his own website, put his website together, make sure that he can collect his payments, not go through somebody that is making a lot of money off you in the payment process. In other words, there'll be only, you'll be reporting directly, getting your money directly from the guy that is handling the transactions for you. Like with AlertPay and PayPal, they've got their commission, but there's nobody else in between. If you go through some of these shopping malls, these embroidery design malls, some of them charge up to 30% commission. So, you know, if you sell a design, at the end of the day, you're ending up with 70% of it, and then to get it into your bank account costs you a few cents as well. So that is the idea that we've got behind the whole apprentice program. It'll be a 5-month program. There will be work involved. There'll be homework involved as well. I would like to get the designs that's been created to be sent through to me so that I can actually stitch them out on this side so that we can have a look and see and give feedback on that design to say to you that is the case, that's what you did wrong or what you could have, where you could have improved. And then we'll have 2 classes a week on the apprentice program. One will be based only on the website section, and then one will be based on the digitizing and the software section. So I would send an email out as soon as I've got the last bit of information there, but I've already started putting all the info in there. Any questions on that? No questions. Did my mic break up?
Nope.
Not?
Everything was clear here.
Okay, it's fine. Right, ladies, let's call it the evening. I'll have the class video up as soon as possible. And speak to you next week. Next week we're doing, I think it's studio or editor.
Cool.
Okay, thanks, Julia. I see your time span for you is also 100%. Thanks. I'm stopping.
Thank you, Phil.
Stopping.
Thank you, Phil.